Ken, let's start with you in the Hunter Biden investigation. Walk us through this filing yesterday and what it really means.
Yeah, what it means is what it says. The special counsel, David Weiss, intends to seek an indictment of Hunter Biden before the end of the month. And he made clear in the filing that tax and gun charges are on the table. And as you said, it came after the collapse of that plea deal last month over questions about whether Hunter Biden could be charged in what Weiss said was a continuing investigation into his overseas business dealings. Remember, he was going to plead guilty to 2 tax misdemeanors and enter a diversion program on a gun charge that would result in no jail time. But now he doesn't have that deal. He's exposed to potentially more serious charges. Remember, an IRS whistleblower who investigated this case has told Congress that there's evidence that he committed tax felonies. And Attorney General Merrick Garland named David Weiss as special counsel, giving him the authority to bring charges in any jurisdiction in the country, guys.
And Danny, let's talk about that failed plea deal that many people were surprised didn't actually make it through. Aside from the gun and tax charges, are there any other potential charges Hunter could be facing?
I was originally critical of this offer of diversion because statistically there are probably more people in this studio now than were offered pretrial diversion in the District of Delaware last year. I'm betting, although the statistics are hard to get. But now, if you're Hunter Biden and his defense team, you're starting to feel a little like a political football because they walked in there fully prepared to enter an agreement to a diversionary program, and now, just because the government won't agree to not continue to investigate him, by the way, very reasonable expectation when you're a defendant walking in, pleading either guilty or entering a diversionary program, that this is it, no further charges. Why in the world would you plead guilty if you don't believe this is a full and final resolution of all pending charges and the investigation? But instead, now the government appears poised to charge or indict Hunter Biden on these same felonies. And look, practicing federal criminal defense, do I think the government can be a little bit vindictive after you reject their offer? Yeah, I think that's possible. But, I don't know that that's what happened in this case.
So, Ken, how is Hunter Biden's legal team reacting to these latest developments?
So one of his lawyers is Abby Lowell, who's known as a scorched earth litigator when he goes against the Justice Department. And his position is that, look, they had this binding agreement. They both signed it, prosecutors and defense attorneys, this diversion agreement, which has language in it that says that Hunter Biden is immune from being charged to the conduct he is admitted to. But the prosecutors are saying that's not true. Take a listen to Abby Lowell.
If 2 parties make an agreement and sign the agreement and submit the agreement and in open court say they have an agreement, then they have an agreement. And more importantly, what has happened since that day, as we pointed out in our pleading, our client, Hunter, has been living up to his terms of that agreement. Now, to be clear, there were 2 different agreements. The plea agreement, which was not fulfilled, and this thing called the diversion agreement, which is important based on the prosecutor's filing today about what they plan to do on a gun charge.
And so what prosecutors say in response is actually the probation office never signed off on this agreement, so it's not valid. And so this is going to have to be decided by the judge.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.